Maple, I'm sorry to bother you so late at night. I need to go to the hospital. Would it be possible for you to drive me?
Leave it to me, Alice. I'll get the car ready right away. How are you feeling? Are you in pain?
It's a bit tough, honestly. Given the situation, I think I'll probably have to be admitted.
Got it. In that case, I'll bring your overnight bag tomorrow.
Thank you. I'm so sorry for relying on you for everything.
No, it's fine. This is something your husband Jeremy should be taking care of, but honestly, asking that idiot brother of mine to do anything is just a waste of time. So, I'm actually happy you're counting on me. By the way, where is Jeremy? Is he not at home?
Yeah, he went out drinking, saying it was his last night of freedom.
What? What is that moron even thinking? Leaving you alone when you're so close to your due date?
He seems to think that nothing will happen before the due date.
I'm speechless. Mom and I kept telling him to stop acting so carelessly, and yet he still doesn't get it.
I know, it shocked me too. And on top of that, he was secretly making arrangements for the wedding without telling me. The wedding planner actually tried to contact me when they found something suspicious, but it turns out Jeremy had swapped out my contact information. He made sure I couldn't communicate directly with the planner.
What? He went that far?
Apparently, he didn't want to cancel the wedding after he'd gone to such lengths to show off how happy he was about it to everyone around him.
That's beyond ridiculous. Honestly, it's terrifying. April, I'm so sorry you've had to deal with all this. I'm sure you've wanted to get away from Jeremy for a long time.
It couldn't be helped. After all, I had our precious child to think about. I had to endure it so that nothing would endanger this baby. That was the only thing I couldn't risk. But now, all of that, it's finally over.
Alice, stop worrying about anything else right now. This is where the real challenge begins. You never know what might happen during childbirth. I wish I could be there with you.
It's okay. Just knowing you care means so much to me. Once the baby is born, come visit us, okay? There's no way I'm letting him hold this child.
Wait, really?
Yes, absolutely. You may be my sister-in-law, but to me, you're my precious little sister.
Yes, thank you. I'll do everything I can to make sure you have a safe delivery.
What do you mean by do everything you can? What are you planning?
Oh, nothing. Look, we're almost at your house now. I'll explain. is until they found out you tried to force a bride in her final month of pregnancy to attend the ceremony.
You even exposed the messages I sent to Alice! How could you do that? What the hell's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? Call it revenge.
What?
You see, I've known for a long time that you looked down on me and Mom. I knew, but I ignored it because we're family. I figured I could put up with it because, well, you're my brother. But Alice, she's not like us. She's not someone who has to just endure your crap. I heard everything, you know, all the things you've done to her. And not just this time either. You've been awful to her for a long time. It's time you understood just how terrible you've been.
Terrible? What are you even talking about? I didn't do anything like that. She's just overly sensitive and always acts like the victim. You shouldn't believe everything she says.
Whether she's overly sensitive or not, we'll see about that soon enough.
What the hell do you mean by that?
It means I'm moving into your house starting today.
What?
Well, Alice isn't living there right now, is she? So there's no problem if I move in, right? Mom even said I should.
Mom, there's no way. kick you out of here.
Kick me out? Go ahead and try. But you know Mom's on my side, right? She'll just come live here herself if I leave.
Damn it! You can't just take over my house like this!
Take over? You're the one who turned this place into a toxic environment. You pushed Alice to her limits, and now you're stuck dealing with the consequences. You've been acting high and mighty for so long, but you're not above a... something that tastes like it was made by someone who doesn't even know the basics of cooking. You better figure it out, or I swear I won't be able to keep doing this. The least you can do is cook something that's edible. And now look, you've just wasted more money on food. All that money could have gone to something else. Great job wasting money on a bad meal. The cost of your bad cooking is going to add up, you know. You better start thinking before you spend.
Just stop! What the hell did I do to deserve this? What do you want from me?
You want to know what you've done? It's everything. Everything you've said to me in the past. You think I'd forgotten? The things I said to Alice were nothing compared to what you've said to me before.
What do you mean?
Like calling me a money-eating parasite or making fun of my cooking. You've done that too, remember? You think I'd just forget the hurtful things you said to me?
Wait, no, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean to hurt you. It was just a joke, that's all. I saw how upset you were after messing up in the kitchen, and I thought if I made fun of you, it would help you feel better and try again.
You didn't mean to hurt me, but you did anyway. That's the problem. You keep acting like it's not a big deal. It's always just a joke to you, right? But the truth is, you're so used to putting me down, you don't even realize how much it hurts. It's like you don't even care. You didn't think it would hurt me, but you know what? It did. And it's not just the words, it's the way you said them. You said I was a failure, a waste of space. You said I was just a burden on everyone. I was just a kid trying to help out, and all you did was put me down. You didn't even consider how it might affect me. And here's the kicker. You don't even remember what you said. You've already forgotten, haven't you? But I haven't. I'll never forget those words, even though you've long since moved on.
Well, no, I didn't mean it that way. I thought it would help, okay? I was trying to cheer you up, but it came out wrong. I didn't mean to make you feel bad. I didn't even know it hurt you this much.
That's the problem, though. You don't know. You don't understand how much your words and actions hurt me. You just don't get it, and then you wonder why I'm upset? You still don't see it. It's because you don't think there's anything wrong with what you did. You don't think you need to apologize because, deep down, you don't think you've done anything wrong. That's the problem. I'm telling you this because I want you to understand. I want you to see what it's been like for me. You've hurt me, and I need you to realize that.
I didn't mean to hurt you, I swear! But...
care about me or the child at all. All of this, it's just about you wanting things to go back to the way they were. You don't care if I'm happy. You don't care if the baby's healthy. You just want things your way. And that's been the problem all along. The wedding was the same. Remember that? The wedding we were supposed to have? When I told you I was pregnant and I wanted to change the date because I couldn't be there at the time, what did you do? You didn't even listen to me. You didn't care what I said. Instead, you went ahead and started changing everything by yourself, making decisions as if I didn't matter at all. You didn't even think about what I might be going through. When I told you I needed to change the wedding date because of my pregnancy, you didn't care at all. You didn't even bother to listen. You didn't consider the fact that I was carrying your child. I wasn't even asking for much, just a little understanding, but you didn't care. Instead, you took it upon yourself to call the venue, cancel everything, and make the arrangements all by yourself. You didn't even tell me about it beforehand. You told the wedding planner that I was sick and couldn't come, and even gave them false contact details so they wouldn't be able to reach me. You wanted to make sure I wouldn't be able to stop you from doing whatever you wanted. It was all about you. You didn't think about me for 1 second. You just wanted to make everything happen the way you saw fit.
I had no choice! I was telling everyone at work. They were all congratulating me. I couldn't just cancel the wedding. Everyone was so excited. There's no way I could have changed the date. It would have been embarrassing.
Selfishness? What do you think about your child? You didn't even consider what was best for me or for the baby. How could you do that? And you don't normally have a wedding when the woman is pregnant.
Well, I thought it would be more festive that way. I didn't think it was such a big deal. I thought it would be okay once we were past the first trimester. We'd still have the ceremony. It would be fine, right? It would be good for everyone, don't you think?
What?
The baby wasn't gonna come out until the due date, and once I was in the stable period, I thought it would be okay. So a few hours for the wedding wouldn't be a problem, right? You're just being overprotective. Mom was moving around up until right before she gave birth to Maple.
That's because she was trying to induce labor by moving around. What do you think pregnancy is? It's not a joke. I told you repeatedly that childbirth is dangerous and that even if you're in the stable period, complications can still happen. I've told you this 1,000 times. It's still hard to forgive your indifference towards me, but your lack of concern for the child and imposing your selfish views on us? I can't take it anymore. That's why I ended up in the hospital on the day of the wedding. I had no choice.
Wait! You went into the hospital? You timed it to the wedding day?
Yeah, that's right. I wanted to make sure you understood what it felt like to be ignored and dismissed. I was planning to boycott the wedding and make you feel the consequences of your actions. I wanted you to know how it felt to have no one Stress shattered their relationship, and divorce became inevitable. She was left to raise their child alone, carrying both the emotional scars and the responsibilities Jeremy abandoned. Afterward, Jeremy's reputation collapsed. Friends, coworkers, and even extended family quietly distanced themselves. People whispered, but no one wanted to be close to him anymore. He had created his own isolation, and by the time he realized it, it was too late. Meanwhile, I took a different path. I moved into a modest apartment and began building a new life with my child. It wasn't easy. The weight of single motherhood was overwhelming. Long nights filled with fear, anxiety, and questions about whether I could provide enough. But I wasn't entirely alone. My mother and my close friend Maple checked in regularly, offering emotional reassurance and practical help. Their support became a lifeline. Through it all, I made myself a promise. My child would not grow up repeating Jeremy's mistakes. I would raise them with love, respect, and stability. Every day, I work to create a safe, nurturing environment where kindness is valued, where they understand responsibility, and where they know